It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the Falcons leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Falcons and the Seahawks next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Matchup of a couple of teams, Greg, with one big thing in common. A new head coach from a season ago. These are always the seasons we want to see how they play out, how they can implement their plan going in.
And more often than not, Mike, as we all know, when you find yourself in position to make a coaching change, it's because the previous few seasons did not go according to plan. So the question is, did they find the right new head coach to lead them in this next era for their organization? These two teams today are hoping that this goes a long way into deciding, do they have the right guy pulling the strings? Because if you do, if you have a head coach and a quarterback, you can win for a long time in this league.
This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You know, it's funny about...
Now the second-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short game. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Now, deep ball for London. That is well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Falcons getting their punter out there. Over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith-Njigba.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. Ray McLeod deep to return. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Falcons offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. To throw here to begin the drop. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. And here's Bijan. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. London brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
That's taken at about the 14. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Walker. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Pass is completed to Cup. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now, faking the give. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each reporting a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Motion man is the tight end going right. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. Pretty good throw there by the 4th-round pick. It is a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Once again, it's Walker. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short. Play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Ray McLeod on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Nice run that time, and Bijan Robinson, I mean, what can you say, Mike, about his rookie season? Over 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and you know what the crazy part is? I think there's a lot of room for him to continue to improve both himself and the system that he's operating in.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Pitts is the man in motion. So after 1, It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Pitts is the man in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. That's complete. He's got it to London. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Quick throw here is complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. 4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Rook Orororo there on the tackle. Here's a handoff to Walker. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll get this complete to Walker. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll only get down to around the 42. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. On 2nd down, Walker. And his defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Got it with Smith in Jigba. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Here's a designed run. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Now, off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Seahawks go out to a 10-3 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
McLeod now to return. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8.
At the Seahawks 35-yard line.
Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Covered very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Falcons offense ready for this next possession. The next drive about to get going. I want to remind you it's coming up in primetime this week. Week 7 already in the NFL. We have the Jets and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And then coming up tomorrow night, the last of our Monday doubleheaders for the year. Ravens-Bucks from Tampa at 8:15. That's followed out west by the Chargers and Cardinals from the desert. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their 1st. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Open man, he's got it. It's London. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now Seattle going to use the 1st of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this 1st half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He gets that to his big target. Thanks. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. They'll look to throw yet again. He finds Cup along the out route.
Holding offense.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Seahawks are out in front. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up there to Cooper. A pickup there of 19 yards. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
The Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's in. Cooper, Kupp, touchdown, Seattle.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the 1st half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this 2nd half.
Makes the score Seahawks 24, Falcons 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. Now inside the 25. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Atlanta. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his 1st NFL touchdown. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Get that one to Charbonnet. Complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. The tight end Fant in motion. He'll try and run it with Walker. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down. Up past the 40-yard line.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance. But I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough. And they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. They run with Walker. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. Now, faking the give. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. Another run here for Robinson. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Big Leonard Williams brings him down. 3rd and a yard.
It's 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Atlanta.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And this throw batted away and incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
The pass on 2nd down. Complete to a gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a first down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Here's Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And that is incomplete.
In what's clearly become a passing league, Mike, if you're not actively rushing the passer, you have to be able to hold up in coverage, and that's especially true at the linebacker position. Great job here getting in those passing lanes and being able to break up that ball.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Right side, hauled in by Cup.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one taken in by London. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw again. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They motion the slot man left. On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line, and the drive continues. 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Pitts is the man in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On the give, it's Robinson. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
Quick throw, taken in, and he will score! Game on! Touchdown, Falcons!
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. 2nd down and 3. They'll run here with Walker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. Room to run inside the 40. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he has yet to find anything to lean on in this one. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
At the 43-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. To the right, that's Pitts. They get 12 yards on that. Mike McDonald, not a huge fan of that last call, and he will throw the challenge
play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. Now Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
He was taken down behind the line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Walker. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's Walker. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll try to run for it. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll look London's way again. It's complete again. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll look to throw yet again. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's taken in. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.